Good morning. It's a beautiful day where I am. I hope it's a beautiful day where you are. Oh, and I hope the internet has decided to work with us this morning. That's strange things going on the tech here. We have a 60-minute mandala today, of course. So we are going to get right into it as usual because this is usually a packed class. So please forgive me. My voice is a little bit scratchy this morning. I am fighting, I don't know, allergies, who knows? But I am a little bit subdued. So we're coming onto our back. We are taking our feet, soles of the feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana, a Supta Baddha Konasana. Remember that we talked about a class or a few classes ago, just letting your knees draw down to the floor, kind of letting those muscles melt. Remember to keep that in mind as you find your comfortable place in your Supta Baddha Konasana, taking one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, or both hands to your belly, whatever feels good. I tell you to take your hands and place them in these places, but if today it feels good for you to take your arms above your head or do something else, feel free. This is your practice. You do what you want to with it. Sometimes I just need my arms above my head because that's where I feel a good, nice wake up stretch. But we're here to take 3 cleansing breaths. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Maybe add a little smile on your face as you exhale. Inhale, and final exhale through the mouth. Now, keeping your mouth closed, we're going to continue to breathe, but we're taking control of the breath. You can turn on the Ujjayi breath if you want to, that nice whisper breath, making a tiny little constriction in the back of your throat, kind of like you were fogging a mirror. And it begins to sound, I don't know if I can make it loud enough to hear through this microphone, but it begins to sound something like this. I've heard it called Darth Vader breath too, which is pretty awesome and not too far away from the truth. But as you turn on whatever breath you're taking control and you're scanning through your body just to pay attention to what maybe feels tight, where your strengths are, where your challenges are, and what you might need to modify today to make this the best practice for you. Always a reminder because every day is a different day. Go ahead and take your hands to the outsides of your knees, press your knees together, but we're not coming into our tuck yet. We're going to pop our feet up into a happy baby. So grab the outer edges of your feet and we're going to draw the knees back and down, opening up the hips. You can straighten your legs if you want to, but this is just our first little morning stretch. So I recommend you keep your knees bent. Go ahead and rock side to side if that feels good, getting that nice massage along your spine. And once you feel you've opened up just a little bit here, we're going to take our feet back together, take that nice little tuck, maybe taking our rock side to side again, if that feels good. Taking your hands behind your knees, we're going to do our roll-ups. And instead of rolling up to downward facing dog, we're going to roll all the way up into our forward fold. So rolling, rolling. And on your next roll forward, plant your hands and roll all the way up. Plant your hands, plant your feet. We're taking our feet hip width distance apart. You can take that 2-fist measurement if you need to. Again, it's not exact, but it'll give you a good idea if you don't know where to go. We're coming into our ragdoll, so deep bend in the knees. You can clasp your arms or elbows if you want to. You can let your arms dangle. Let your head hang loose. Taking the weight just a tiny bit forward into the balls of your feet. To lengthen the hamstrings, you can rock side to side. Just taking a few breaths here. Remember to breathe. Inhale. And exhale. From here, release your hands down to the ground. Take your hands to your hips and inhale yourself all the way up to standing. Toe heel your feet together. Big toes come to touch, little gap in the ankles. Arms come out to the side, Tadasana. Draw your shoulder blades down the back and take a moment to set your intention. Your intention is just what you want to put your energy into today. So whether it's just during this practice or during the rest of the day, you're thinking of that one word or small phrase. Sometimes it's the first thing that pops up into your mind, which is what I often say to do. But whatever you want to focus your energy on today, let's focus that in our mind right now, and we can carry that intention either through our practice or through the rest of the day. Once you have your intention, on your next inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that nice bend in the knees this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold one more time. And roll your spine up this time. I know, just changing it. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. When you get to your shoulders, make sure your head comes nicely on top of your shoulders and your neck. Inhale those arms one more time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, plant your hand, step your right foot back. Plant your right hand down. Inhale the left arm up. Take a nice twist. Exhale the left hand down. Inhale the right arm up. Awkward side. Keep your balance. Exhale, right hand comes down. Left foot steps back. We're shifting our body forward. Now we're dropping our knees and we're bending through our modified Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Push that chest through those arms. Oh, sorry, inhale, cobra. And then exhale yourself back into child's pose. 2 breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. On your next inhale, press yourself back into a tabletop, tuck your toes under, and shift your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Take one breath here. You might want to walk your dog out just for a moment. When you get to your exhale, make sure you're in a still down dog. Look to the front of the mat. Lift your right foot just a little bit to step it forward. Step your left foot up to meet it. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice long straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hand, step the left foot back this time. Plant the left hand, inhale the right arm up. Exhale, the right hand comes down. Inhale, the left arm comes up. Exhale, the left hand down. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Shift the body forward. Shoulders are slightly above or slightly in front of your wrists. Drop those knees. Bend the elbows. Squeeze them in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, press it back into downward facing dog or child's pose. I am taking another child's pose. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. If you came with me in a child's pose, inhale, bring yourself back up into tabletop. Exhale, tuck those toes under, press the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Everybody's here just for a breath. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Look to the front of the mat. Lift that left leg up just slightly so you can step it forward. Stepping your right foot up to meet it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. We're taking one Surya Namaskar A, and then we're right into it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step floater, hop your feet back, chaturanga dandasana, lifting your knees this time if you're ready for it. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Our three base poses are triangle, high lunge, and tree pose today. So we're lifting our right leg up, stepping our right foot in between our hands. We're coming right away into a warrior two. Inhale, exhale to ground. Inhale, straighten through that right leg. Exhale, reach your right arm to that far wall to extend your body and then bend it over. The back of your right hand comes to the inside of your right ankle. Inhale for one, really rotate, reach that chest up. Exhale for one, just one breath in each of these. We're inhaling back up to standing, rebend through that right knee, and all we're doing is rotating on the ball of the foot. Inhale your arms up, high lunge. Make sure that back leg is strong. If you feel a a tightness here in your hip, you can open yourself just slightly, but rotate your inner thigh up. So you're internally rotating your leg to help draw your hips into a square position and help give yourself a nice stretch. You can also take your feet a little bit wider apart into hip width distance apart if you're really having trouble with this pose. We've been here for way more than a breath, but you're finding your foundation, so that's okay. From here, we're keeping our balance, shifting our weight forward, and we're drawing our left foot up into tree pose. You're either down here at your ankle, on your calf, or on your inner thigh. Hands at heart center just for this one. Inhale for one. Press that left knee back, that left hip forward. Exhale for one. From here, we're drawing the left knee back to center, and we're slowly stepping it back so that we can rotate to the back of the mat, but we're going to stop in Prasarita Padottanasana on the way. So the feet are spread out. Your sides of your feet are either parallel to the sides of the mat or toes are pointed slightly in. You're taking your hands to your hips this time. You can extend them out to the side, but we're using the reminder of our hands on our hip. Our tailbone pushes down, crown of the head lifts. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, forward fold from the hips. You're coming down halfway. If this is a good stretch for you, you're staying here. If not, you're continuing to inhale and lengthen, and exhale, forward fold if you're taking it any farther. The crown of the head reaches toward the floor. You might want to walk your hands back if that feels good. Inhale to lengthen, shoulders are away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold from the hips. Inhale, lift yourself back into that halfway lift, meeting anybody who stayed here. And exhale, we're rotating ourselves to the back of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. High to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Excuse me. Inhale that right leg up just so we can step it forward in between our hands. Coming up into our warrior two. So inhale, warrior two. Exhale to ground just to transition. Inhale, straighten through that left leg or that right leg. Exhale, reach yourself over. Extend the inner right ankle meets the back of the right hand. From here, we're taking a small variation. If you want to, go ahead and wrap your left arm around your back, reaching for the top of your right thigh, the inner right thigh, your trousers, whatever you can find. And we're taking a bind. We've got 3 breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Both legs are very strong. Crown of the head is lengthening. Inhale for 2. You're not pressing into that right hand. You're lifting with your body. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Draw those hips and glutes in. Exhale for 3. Well done. Inhale yourself back up into that standing. Exhale, rebend that right knee. Inhale, come onto the ball of the left foot. You're lifting your arms up above your head. You might want to turn your pinkies in just a little bit to get more along the sides of your ears. Exhale to ground. All we're doing here is taking hands to heart center, shifting the body weight forward. Last time we kept our arms above. Now our hands are heart center. We're shifting forward, taking that left foot to the inner left thigh for tree, or whatever variation you find yourself in. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Really use your core as you bring that left knee back to center and step your left leg back. We're coming through a tiny little balance. We're inhaling, coming back to center, and we're going to take our prasarita one more time, just the way we did it before. So you can take your arms out to the side this time if you want to, or if you need the reminder to bend through the hips, keep your hands on your hips. Inhaling, lengthening the crown of the head. Tailbone draws down. Exhale, forward fold. You're long in the spine. Dropping your hands if you're going to stay in a halfway lift, or continuing down. If you're drawing the upper body down, you can take your hands to the ground. You can draw them down the backs of your legs. As long as the shoulders stay away from the ears and the crown of the head and spine are extending long. We've got one more breath here. And exhale, back up to a halfway lift if you dropped any farther down. And then we're just rotating to the front of the mat. So spin yourself over that left foot. Arms are either side of your left foot, or hands are either side of that left foot. Step the left foot back, coming through your vinyasa. High to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We've got that same rotation on the left leg. So we're stepping our left foot in between those hands. Inhaling into a warrior two. Exhale to ground, just using this as a transition. Inhale, straighten through that left leg. Exhale, extend your body toward that far wall, and then fold it over. It's like it extends all the way it needs to, and then just hinges. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Both legs are strong. Inhale yourself back up to center. Use that core. Exhale, rebend through that left knee. Inhale, rotate to the ball of the right foot. Arms come over the head. Exhale to ground. Remember to rotate that inner thigh up as you inhale for one. And exhale for one. Keeping the hands above our heads. We're shifting our body weight forward. Shift it, shift it, shift it. Take your right leg to the ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Taking it into tree. Hands are at heart center. Inhale for one. And exhale for one. Bringing the right knee back to center. We're slowly stepping that right foot all the way back, just like we did before. We're rotating toward the back of the mat. This time, we're dropping our hands, dropping our knee, our left knee, straightening through that right leg. We're going to take Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Woo, that left my brain for a minute. Inhale, halfway lift. Or inhale, just lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold over that right leg, drawing the shoulders back. Pull the elbows back. Draw yourself forward over that leg, trying to get the crown of the head toward the toes, not the forehead or chin toward the leg. One final breath here. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Rebend through that right knee. Press through the left foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. We're coming through our vinyasa. Strong foundation, big wide fingers. High plank to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, we've got the left leg again. So inhale, lift that leg so that you can step it up between those hands. We're coming up into our warrior two. Exhale to ground here, gaze over that left arm. Inhale to straighten through that front left leg. Exhale, hinge yourself over, reach and extend, and then hinge that left hand so the back of the left hand comes to the inside of the left ankle. You can always take your hand to your shin if that's what you need to do. We've got our bind here, so we're taking our right hand behind our back. It's coming to the inner thigh, the top of the thigh, the trousers, whatever you can grab. You can take a slight bend in this front knee if it helps you reach in to get the bind. And we've got 3 breaths here. Inhale for 1. No weight in between the hand and the ankle. Exhale for 1. Really twist that body up to the sky. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. From here, look to the ground. Inhale yourself back up into your warrior two. As we inhale it, rotate onto the ball of that right foot, coming into our high lunge. Exhale to ground. We've got 1 breath here. Really press through that back right foot. Press through the front left heel. Inhaling and exhale. Hands come to heart center this time. We're shifting our body weight forward over that left leg. Shift it, shift it, shift it. Float that right leg up, coming to the inner ankle, thigh, calf, or inner thigh, calf, or ankle. There we go. Pressing the right knee back. The right hip draws forward, so you've got this nice flat plane. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Slowly bring that right knee back to center. We're balancing ourselves all the way back. Slowly, softly stepping that right foot back. We're rotating to the front of the mat. This time we've got our right foot forward, so we're going to simply switch and take that left foot forward, dropping our right knee down, extending that left leg, and we're going to take our Ardha Hanumanasana, our half split, one more time. So we're inhaling, lengthening the spine, draw that left hip back, kind of like you're trying to pull your foot back with your hip. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, forward fold. You're extending the crown of your head toward that left foot, drawing yourself back. You can pull with the hands to try and pull your upper body forward. We've got 1 more breath here. Inhaling for 1 and exhaling for 1. Bend through that left knee. We're planting hands either side of the left foot. We're stepping the left foot back to meet the right, coming through our vinyasa, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. We're moving on, taking different variations. So inhale, step, lift that right leg so that you can exhale, step that right foot in between the hands. Inhaling into a warrior two and exhaling to ground. Inhale, straighten through that right leg. All we're doing is 1 breath in our triangle. Exhale to fold. Inhale for 1. Draw that left glute in so that your hips don't poke out. Exhale for 1. Inhale it back up to standing. Exhale, rebend through that right knee. Inhale yourself. We're in high lunge. Right away, hands to heart center. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. And we're exhaling into our twisted lunge. So your left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee. We're keeping that that back left leg strong, grounding through this front right heel. You can inhale, open your arms if you want to. Exhale, take the bind if you want to, but we're here for 2 more breaths. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Keep those hips from popping up. Inhale for 2. Twist that torso up to the sky. Exhale for 2. Grounding through that right heel, we're inhaling back up into high lunge. We're keeping our hands at heart center this time as we shift our body forward, pressing our leg, left pressing into our right leg, and lifting our left leg into tree. Left sole of the foot comes to the inside. You can take any arm variation you want to this time. We're just here for a breath. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Keep nice control over that breath. Hands come to heart center. Shift that knee to center and then slowly step that left leg back. We're rotating to the back of the mat. And all we're doing here is taking a nice pyramid. So release your hands either side of that left foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. You can pop your right heel up to take a modification, a variation, or you can keep your heel down on the ground, whatever feels better for you. Try and square off those hips. Right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. We're getting a lot of hamstring stretches in here because we're working our legs quite a lot. So we're trying to counter the strength we're building in our mandala poses with these nice in-between stretches to keep everything long and strong. Again, crown of the head is drawing toward the toes. We've got one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Bend through that left knee. If you kept your right foot flat, go ahead and come to the ball of your foot. Plant your hands either side of the left foot. Step the left foot back. Shift it forward. High to low plank coming through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Really draw that chest forward to lengthen the spine so there's less compression. Exhale, or no compression. Exhale, downward facing dog. We are still on the right side. So inhale, lift that right leg up. So you can exhale, step it forward in between those hands. Inhaling into your warrior 2. Exhale to ground. That just means to find your stability, to really press down and feel your strength. Inhale, lengthen through that front right leg. Long spine. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Fold over into your triangle. Trikonasana. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale it back up to center. Rebend through that right knee on your exhale. Inhale, come to the ball of the left foot. Arms come up to the sky. Exhale to ground. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. From here, we're coming into our tree pose. So hands come to heart center. If you want to come into tree, you can, or you can come with me into the variation. We're still shifting our body forward. Shift it, shift it, shift it. We're lifting that left knee, either coming into tree, or you're taking that left ankle over that right thigh, just above the knee on the fleshy part, right, where your quad ends, basically, or connects. And then we're sitting it back into our standing figure 4 pose. You can keep your hands at heart center or inhale yourself up. This is also a one-legged chair. Inhaling for 1, exhale. And now inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. If you feel your right foot doing the balance dance, make sure you're grounding through your big toe mound, your little toe mound, and the heel. Might want to stretch out those toes. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Crown of the head is long. Inhale it back up to standing. The left knee comes to center. We're going to step it back. Everybody's together again. We're in our high lunge. We're shifting it to the front of the mat, and we're going to take that pyramid pose exactly like we did before. So the hands come either. You can ground through that back foot or come up to the ball of your foot, lifting the heel. Maybe you do the opposite of what you did previously. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold over that leg. Left hip is drawing forward. Left hip is drawing backward. Right hip is drawing forward. Inhaling to lengthen the crown of the head, lengthen that spine, reaching toward the ground. Exhale to get that fold. Inhale. You can walk your arms back if that feels good. And exhale. Inhale, we're rebending through that left knee. We're planting our hands. We're stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Come through your vinyasa. High to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press those hips up and back. I bet this feels amazing in your right leg right now because I'm loving this stretch at this moment. Now we have the left side. So we're inhaling the left leg up to the sky so we can exhale and step it in between those hands. We're coming, inhale into our warrior 2. Exhale to ground. Inhale to straighten that front left leg. Exhale, forward fold, reach, and then fold. Hinge your body over, coming into our triangle, pressing that right hip forward a little bit so it doesn't kick out. Inhaling for 1 and exhaling for 1. Inhale yourself back up to standing. Exhale to rebend. You know what you're doing. We're inhaling to rotate into high lunge. You're either staying here or you're coming with me. Hands come to heart center. Shoulders up, back, and down to lengthen. And then exhale, twist yourself over to the left. The hips don't pop up. You need a nice bend in that right knee. You can inhale, open your arms if that feels good. Back right leg is strong. Exhale, take the bind if you want to. Wherever you are, we've got 2 more breaths. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. You might want to try a smile. Exhale for 2 because you've got this. Inhale yourself back into that high lunge. Hands come to heart center and we shift our body weight forward, keeping that spine long as we come into our tree pose. The right sole of the foot comes to the left ankle, calf, or inner thigh. We've got 1 breath here. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. Shift that right knee to center. We're slowly stepping it back. Stepping it back. We're rotating to the back of the mat. And we've got our pyramid again. So we are extending the hands either side of that right foot. Your left heel is down on the ground or lifted. Right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. Inhale, extend the crown of the head, extend the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Excellent. This should feel fantastic. If it doesn't, make adjustments. Maybe you need your heel lifted. Maybe you need to extend the spine a little bit longer. Maybe you need to walk your hands back. We've got 1 more breath here. So inhale for 1. You can keep a micro bend in the knee if you need to. Should have said that in the beginning, probably. Exhale for 1. Rebend through that right knee. Come on to the ball of the left foot. Plant those hands. Step the right foot back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog. On the inhale. Exhale, down dog. We've got the left side still going. So inhale that left leg up so that you can exhale. Step that left foot in between those hands. Inhale it into your warrior two. Exhale to ground. Find a nice deep warrior two. Inhale, lengthen that left leg. Exhale, hinge it. Sorry. Reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it. And then hinge it. Just can't get my words straight today. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. It's Monday for a reason, right? Inhale it back up to standing. Rebend through that left leg. Your rotate right foot. Inhaling your arms up. Exhale to ground. Really press through the heel of that front leg and the ball of that right foot. The heel is over the ball of the foot. Inhaling for one. Exhaling for one. And this time, remember, we are hands at heart center. You're either shifting forward into tree or you're taking your body over that left leg, shifting your right foot forward, and you're taking that right ankle this time over that left thigh, and you're sitting back like you would in chair. Taking your hips back, drawing your tailbone away. You can lift your arms either side of your ears. There we go. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. You should feel a nice stretch right here in your outer leg, maybe your hip. Inhale for two. Keep the crown of the head long, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale for two. You've got this. Just one more breath. Inhale for three. And exhale for three. Well done. On your inhale, extend yourself up to standing, hands at heart center. Everybody is stepping your right foot back. We are rotating to the front of the mat, and we're taking that pyramid. So your right leg is straight. Your hands come either side of that right foot. You can rotate to the ball of your left foot if you want to, or keep the foot down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Drawing that right hip back, left hip forward. You'll feel it if you feel your right, the shift of your right hip coming back. Exhale, remember to keep breathing. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. Try to really catch your breath here if you lost it. Inhale, final breath. And exhale. Rebend through that right knee. We're planting our hands. We're stepping our right foot back to meet our left, coming through Chaturanga Dandasana. Squeeze those elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We've got one more to go. We can do this. Right leg comes up so you can step it in between your hands. Inhale into that warrior two. Exhale to ground. Inhale, straighten through that right leg. Exhale, forward fold. Sorry, exhale, don't forward fold. Exhale, extend, and then hinge. We've got one breath here. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Inhale yourself up to standing. Rebend through that right knee. Inhale, rotate yourself into your high lunge. You're staying here, or your hands come back to heart center. You inhale, roll your shoulders up, back, and down for length. And then you exhale, extend the spine. We're taking that twist one more time. Now you can stay here with the hands together at heart center, or you can open your arms. Look down at that right foot. Start to shift your body weight forward. Shift it, shift it, shift it. And lift that left leg up. We're in a warrior three. Inhale for one. You can do this. Exhale for one. Extend the crown of the head away. Lift that left leg. Inhale for two. Exhale for two. Inhale for three. Exhale for three. Slowly release that left foot back down to the ground. Inhale it back into your high lunge, meeting anybody who stayed here. And then we're taking our hands to heart center. It's just tree, so shift your body weight forward. Shift it, shift it, shift it. Woo! You might have a tired right leg like I do. Bring that left knee into center, taking yourself into tree. Left foot to the right inner right leg. We're just here for a breath. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Taking your hands back to heart center if you took them out. Left knee back to center. Step that left foot back with control. We're rotating to the back of the mat. Right away, all we're doing is planting our hands, stepping our left foot back, vinyasa. High to low plank. Squeeze those elbows in. Up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. I recently heard somebody say that shaking muscles are excited muscles. So if you're shaking during these mandalas, your muscles are just happy to grow and learn, right? I know, I hate it a little bit too. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step it in between those hands. Inhale yourself into a warrior two. Exhale to ground. And you're either taking yourself into a triangle for 3 breaths, or you're coming with me. You're taking your hands either side of this right foot like we did in pyramid just a second ago, but you're bumping your left foot up about 8 to 10 inches. Straightening, your right leg is still straight. Your left hand is coming to the top of, in front of, or the outside of your right foot. We're taking it into twisted triangle. So you can come flat hand or claw 5 fingers, doesn't matter. Take your left hand, that's your left hand doing all of these, either side of your right foot. Your right hand is coming to your sacrum. Keep your eyes open so that you find a nice balance. Inhale, lengthen, draw that right hip back. And then if you're okay, lift that right hand up and twist. You're twisting through that torso. You're trying to spin that belly button up to the sky. We've got 2 more breaths. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Draw that right hip back strongly. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Release that right hand down to the ground. We're meeting anybody down in our high lunge. So if you came with me, you're just stepping your left foot back a little bit and inhaling into a high lunge. Exhale to ground. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Hands come to heart center. You're shifting your body forward. Shift it, shift it, shift it. The left knee comes in. You're taking triangle if you want to. Or if you want the final pose, you're taking it into dancer. So your knees come together. Your left foot is lifted. You're grabbing the inside of your left foot with your left hand. So I know that I'm lined up properly when my palm is on the arch of my foot and my thumb lines up with the ball of my foot and my big toe. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, press that foot or the ankle, whatever feels good. Press that foot into that left hand. You can extend the right arm out. You can take a mudra if you want to. Inhale for 2. That's it. Exhale for 2. Press the foot into the hand into the foot. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Release that left knee back to match your right knee. Hands are coming to heart center, stepping that left foot back, coming back to the front of the mat. And all we're doing here is a vinyasa. So release those hands either side of that left foot, step the left foot back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can do it. There's one mandala left, and you've got this. Lift that left leg up so you can exhale, step it in between your hands. Bend through that right knee, inhale. Sorry, bend through that left knee, inhale. Coming into your warrior two. Straighten through that left leg. Exhale to reach it, reach it, reach it. And hinge over. Left hand to left ankle. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Inhale it back up to standing. Rebend through that left knee. Inhale yourself into your high lunge. Exhale, hands at heart center. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down on the inhale. And then exhale, twist. Right elbow comes to the left knee. I have such trouble talking while I do this. Inhale, yawn your arms open, or keep your hands at heart center. Either way, we're looking down at that left leg. We're starting to shift the body weight forward, shift it, shift it, shift it. And that right leg lifts up. Inhale for one. You've got this. Exhale for one. Inhale for two. Exhale for two. Inhale for three. Exhale for three. Release that right leg back. Inhale it back into your high lunge. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Shift the body weight over that left leg again. And we're lifting into a tree pose. Just a tree. Inhale for one. And exhale for one. We're so close. Step or bring that right knee back to center. Slowly release that right leg back. And all we're doing is rotating to the back of the mat. Our last half mandala. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Shift your body forward, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. You've got this. Lift your left leg up to step it forward in between your hands. Inhaling into your warrior two. Exhale to ground, taking it into triangle if that's where you're going, or taking your hands either side of that left foot, bumping your right foot up about 10 to 12 inches. Shift your hips. You can start shifting your hips now. Left hip pulls back, right hip draws forward. Take your right hand in front of, on top of, or to the side of your left foot. Left hand comes to the sacrum. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the left hip back, right hip comes forward, and left arm maybe comes up to the sky. Twist through that torso. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Reach that arm up. Try and keep the shoulder out of the ear. Inhale for two. Exhale for two. Inhale for three. Exhale for three. Release that left hand down. Hands are either side of your left foot. You need to bump that right foot back so that we can meet everybody who's transitioning from triangle. So coming back up to center, rotating onto the ball of foot, inhaling into high lunge. Everybody's in high lunge. One breath. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. You've got your final pose here. So you're exhaling, hands to heart center, shifting that body weight over that left leg. You're lifting the right knee in. You're coming into tree, or you're releasing that right knee down to meet the left. Back stroking your right hand to catch the right foot, the inside of the right foot or the ankle. You're inhaling your left arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, you forward fold, push that foot into that hand. Try to keep the hips a little bit squared. Inhale for 1. You've got this. Push, feel the opposition. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 3. If you fall out, come back in. Exhale for 3. Inhale those knees back to center. Hands are at heart center. We're all stepping our right foot back. Slowly and with control. We're rotating it to the front of the mat. And that's it. We're on the mat after this. So vinyasa, step your right foot back. Now vinyasa. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And drop your knees. Your knees are down on the mat. Let's go ahead and take a Vajrasana just for a second. Knees are down on the mat. Your hips are down on your heels. Your hands are on your thighs. Your eyes are closed. You're inhaling for 1. Exhale for 1. Try and make that exhale just a little bit longer than your inhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Let's take one more breath here because it was a mandala. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Shift your hips to either side, doesn't matter. We're extending our legs out. We're taking it into a Paschimottanasana. So inhale the arms up to the sky. Nice long spine. Exhale, use those thighs to draw your body forward. And once you're forward, you clasp the soles of your feet, bending the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Feet are nice and flexed. Pinky toes are drawing back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Self back up, nice long straight spine. Take your right foot inside of your left, kind of like we would do in tree. We're going to take Janu Shasana. So inhale your arms up. Left leg is extended. Exhale, forward fold over that left leg. You might find an even deeper reach now that we have the right leg pulled in a little bit. That's normal. Make sure your foot is flexed. Shoulders are away from the ears. Crown of the head is extending on the inhale. And lengthening on the inhale. You're forward folding on the exhale. One more, lengthen on the inhale. And forward fold on the exhale. Inhale yourself back up. We're switching our legs. Our left leg comes in to meet our right inner thigh. Inhale it up. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot is flexed. We're drawing our crown of the head toward our toes. Inhale. And then exhale, we're folding our upper body over our leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale yourself back up to a nice seated position, nice long spine. We're going to take Tirasana. So take your feet into that Baddha Konasana position, except your heels are extended away from your body. You've got this nice long diamond shape. Find your comfortable position. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk those hands forward, extending the forehead toward the heels, but keeping that spine as long as possible. Folding through the hips, shoulders away from the ear. Inhale to lengthen, same as always. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. One more breath here. And forward. Leg work today, so we are trying to get those legs nice and stretched out. From here, you can take Navasana, boat pose, or you can keep your feet on the ground. We're just going to hold Navasana, boat, for a count of 3. So wherever you are, toes on the ground, feet on the ground and rolling down, legs bent, legs extended, or hands behind the knees. Wherever you are, just make sure your thighs are close into your belly, as close as they can get, and your spine is long. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Use your pose to slowly roll yourself down, extend those legs, extend that spine, and slowly come down. Hopefully you did maybe a little better than I just did. We're reaching lifting ourselves into our nice back bend. So you're either taking it all the way into wheel. I did about 500 wheels yesterday. I'm in a bridge mood. So you're either coming into wheel or you're coming with me into bridge. The heels come up in line with the sitting bones. You can use your hands alongside your hips to measure this. Find your heels under your knees. You might want to take them to the tips of your middle fingers to help you, or find whatever position feels good. If you're going into wheel, you're taking your hands up next to your ears. Everybody's exhaling, exhale, 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 exhale. And on your inhale, you're pressing through those heels, lifting those hips, draw the ribs down. Nice, strong squeezing in inner thighs. You can take interlaced fingers underneath your back to help you give you a little lift. We've got 3 breaths here, 3 more breaths here. So inhaling for 1. Use those glutes a little bit to help lift those hips. Exhale for 1, just a little. We're not tensing them. We're just using their energy because they're drawing your legs backwards. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Release yourself very slowly. Upper back, middle back, lower back with as much control as you went in, no matter what pose you were in. We're taking a nice tuck. We're going to take a quick inversion. So we're lifting our legs up an imaginary wall. If you want to take shoulder stand or headstand, you can. I'm not going to take enough breaths that I feel like I can get into that in time. So I'm taking it into a nice halasana, pressing yourself back. Hips are lifted, feet come over the head, long spine. We're back here in plow pose. Inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1, inhaling for 2, exhaling for 2, inhaling for 3, exhale for 3. If you came with me, slowly, we're keeping our thighs as close to our belly as we can, and we're slowly rolling all the way down, meeting anybody who stayed in Viparita Karani, legs up an imaginary wall. And we're all lowering our legs slowly, 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 all the way to the ground. From here, we're taking twisted roots. I know we did a lot of twists, so it's just going to be a 2-breath hold. Right leg comes over that left leg, 1 wrapper, 2, press through the heels, shift the hips slightly to the left or to the right. Left hips come, left knees, goodness, come to the left side. Knees come to the left side. That's where I was going. Hips shift to the right, knees drop to the left. Arms are extended or cactused. We've just got one more breath here. And exhale. Shift those knees back to center. We're pressing through the heels to re-square the hips. I think I'm ready for Shavasana. We're rewinding our legs. So left leg comes over to the right, over the right leg this time. Press through that right heel, shift the hips to the left, drop the knees to the right. Got it that time. Just 2 breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Bring your knees back to center, re-square those hips. Do anything you need to do to make yourself comfortable in your Shavasana. Extending those legs out, letting your arms fall. Just a minute or 2 here as we relax all of our muscles. We let our body absorb the practice we just did, to take in everything we just did. We're relaxing and releasing any tension as the body learns from the poses, as we learn from what our body showed us in any of those poses. We built strength, we stretched. Let your body have a nice, relaxing rest. Scanning from the toes all the way to the crown of the head, releasing all of those muscles. Making sure your eyebrows are relaxed, your forehead and the crown of your head. All those little muscles have released. You're releasing the breath. You're not controlling that anymore. Everything has completely let go. It's melting into the mat. If you're ready to find some movement, go ahead and wiggle the fingers and the toes. Start to move the wrists and the ankles. You might want to take a nice stretch, arms above the head, toes pointed or flexed. Take yourself into a nice tuck. And if that feels good and that's where you want to stay, go ahead and stay in this nice tuck, or roll yourself to the right or the left, whichever feels better today. Stay here for a breath, and then use your hand to press your body up into a comfortable seated position. Your hands are at heart center in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Inhale, lift your thumb knuckles up to your forehead. Exhale, forward fold over those legs. Take a moment to open your eyes with what your body did, no matter with what your body did today, no matter what it did. It worked. You came to the mat and you did something fantastic for your physical and mental health. Inhale, lift yourself up into a seated position. Thank you as always for joining me. I really, really enjoy these Mandala practices. We enjoy them together, I hope. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. We've got our 45-minute vinyasa. And this week, instead of skipping a Friday, we actually also have a Friday class, a 30-minute Friday class. So I hope you can make all of them. but whatever works for your schedule. Have a fantastic Monday and a wonderful week.